This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Now, back in the late part of 1974, George Foreman took on Muhammad Ali. And this happened to be in Zaire and was billed as the Rumble in the Jungle. Now, this was a fight where most people will either remember it or know of it because of the Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope, where George Foreman, huge hitter, was just swinging for Muhammad Ali, and everything that George Foreman touched at that point got knocked out. Okay, and the fight kept getting delayed. Eventually, it was put on for the late part of October 1974, and George Foreman was swinging for the fences. Muhammad Ali was doing his rope-a-dope. George Foreman tied down. Muhammad Ali waited for his opportunity, cracked him, knocked out George Foreman. And a lot of people will remember that fight. Now, obviously, I don't remember that fight. I wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's eye, even part of my dad's nutsack at that point. Okay, 1974 is way before my time. Now, as I said, this was put on by Don King at the time. And over the last few months, there's been talks about Don King doing a Rumble in the Jungle Part 2, but it was his fighter, Trevor Bryan, taking on the WBA regular heavyweight world champion, Manuel Charr. And when I did a video on that one, I was like, oh, hell no, that ain't no Rumble in the Jungle Part 2. That is gash. Now, it will come as no surprise to many of you guys that Muhammad Ali is one of the various idols of Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua wants to emulate, following the footsteps of a Muhammad Ali. In other words, be a world champion, a global ambassador for boxing, all that kind of stuff. So, again, it will come as no surprise to you that Congo, or the Democratic Republic of Congo, have approached Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, about staging a Rumble in the Jungle Part 2, obviously featuring Anthony Joshua. Against who? No idea. Now, Anthony Joshua is very, very up for it. His team is up for it and all that kind of thing. So at some point, we will see Anthony Joshua following the footsteps of Muhammad Ali and fighting in Congo, which obviously, as I said before, back in 1974, it was Zaire. Now, this is what Freddie Cunningham has said. Now, Freddie Cunningham, he's the manager of Anthony Joshua and the brand AJ Boxing. And this is what Freddie Cunningham had to say. Promoter Eddie Hearn is exploring an option in Congo. There has been an approach. For the next fight, Africa is not the right time, but at some point he 100% wants it. It went so well in Saudi that we want to be kept in the loop. And there's always options in the UK. Tottenham's new stadium is great and local to where AJ grew up. So there you have it. So Freddie Cunningham, I do apologise for some of the pauses there. It's all cut into different parts of the article. I had to scroll down. So Freddie Cunningham is saying that Anthony Joshua, he wants to fight in Congo, and there has been an approach to fight in Congo. And I'm sure that has been an approach for various places around the world. Because Anthony Joshua, you see, so many people were saying how Anthony Joshua, he's a UK champion, including like Deontay Wilder saying that he's a UK champion, he's not a world champion because he doesn't defend his belt outside the UK, which is rich coming from Wilder, as he never has either, as in he's never fought outside of America. But yet Joshua, he fought in New York, didn't go well for him on that night, but he then rematched in Saudi Arabia, had an all-purpose stadium built for his rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr., where Anthony Joshua looked spectacular in that fight, put on an absolute boxing masterclass. So Joshua is travelling the world, and of course Congo would be a very, very viable option, and it's an option that Anthony Joshua is very, very keen on having, as would a fight in his motherland of Nigeria, and that as well. And of course he still wants to go back to Madison Square Garden and fix a wrong. Of course he does. Now, ultimately for his next fight, that looks like it could well be Kubrat Pulev. That would be the logical one to have, as in vacate the WBO, let Usyk versus Parker have it, then Joshua is shooed in to have a unification against the winner of a Usyk Parker, whereas if he vacated the IBF, Pulev ain't unifying with Joshua for no amount of money, and Bob Arum wouldn't let him, so he's better off go fight Kubrat Pulev, start chilling him out, and moving on from then. But that fight looks like it could well be at Tottenham's new stadium, or newish stadium now, in London, which is a all-purpose built stadium. It's the top of the range facilities. It's an absolutely beautiful stadium. It's not as big as the Cardiff one, and certainly nowhere near the size of Wembley, but it still holds, I think it's like nearly 60,000. I think it is. So it's a huge, huge stadium, and that looks like it could well be April or May time against Kubrat Pulev. If, of course, it is going to be Pulev. You never know what's going to happen. But either way, it's a very, very serious option that Congo looks like could be a future destination for Anthony Joshua. He wants it. Congo wants it. So I guess a lot of it will be dependent on who it is that he fights. I mean, for me, if everything went how it may well go, and we end up having undisputed with Joshua versus a Deontay Wilder, as an example. Personally, I don't think we're ever going to see that fight, based on the fact that I don't see Wilder getting past Fury both times and then getting past Dillian White. I personally don't see it, but hey, listen, you never know. But if we end up getting an undisputed and they want it on neutral ground, do not be surprised at Congo, a Rumble in the Jungle Part 2. And that will kind of fit the bill, wouldn't it? As Anthony Joshua, he's from Nigeria originally. Well, his family is, as is the family of Deontay Wilder, also from Nigeria. So you could say maybe the fight should be in Nigeria, maybe. But just being in Africa would be something special for both these guys, I imagine. I really would. But there again, you never know. Maybe a Joshua versus Fury, or a Joshua versus White for undisputed in the Congo. Personally, if it's for undisputed, I want it to be here in the UK. We've never had an undisputed crown champion on UK soil before. So anyway, listen, that's what's going on. The Democratic Republic of Congo have made an approach to Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua is very keen on fighting there, following in the footsteps of the late, great Muhammad Ali. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.